Hello everyone, Niev here, and today I have a new card deck to go through. This is the Shinwa Oracle, or Shinwa Oracle Kado. Shinwa Oracle cards. All right. Yeah, so again, I have another Japanese deck, very similar to the one in the last video that I did. That was the Bushido Oracle, and actually I still have that right here. So this was the last video I did, was the Bushido Oracle. So this is going to be pretty similar. It's a very similar deck, but I gotta say, I love the artwork on this one. This is, of the 3 Japanese decks that I've recently acquired, this one's my favorite. Yeah, for sure. It's just, the artwork in this is gorgeous. And I'll go ahead and flip through the cards while I'm talking. In the last video, I was trying to, I was talking about how I might put up some, like, the names of the cards in the Japanese and how to pronounce it and what it means and things like that. But I got, if you watched that last video, you know that I didn't do that. It's because I got, like, I only did like 10 cards, and I'm just going to talk while I go through these. I only did like 10 cards on the video, and it was taking hours. So I just ended up not doing it. And so that's why in the last video, it's just me kind of going over the cards quickly, like, you know, a sped up version. Probably a little too fast. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I actually watch all of my videos on double speed, unless it's like a music video. Then, you know, something where you probably shouldn't watch it in double speed, but I watch all of YouTube basically in double speed. So, so when I was rewatching my video after it went up, it was just entirely too fast going through the cards. Now, I will say the difference is a bit with this deck versus the Bushido Oracle. This one doesn't have any romaji on it at all. Romaji is the like the Roman alphabet. The Bushido Oracle had, because I think they had the name of the warrior on the top, whereas this one it's actually on the bottom, and the keywords are on the top. Or the symbol is on the top, but because that's what I think each of these cards have the same part here, same 2 kanji here, and that means symbol. Yeah, so yeah, so the Bushido Oracle had the name of the warrior up here, whereas this one has the name down here. And the Bushido Oracle also had the name of the warrior underneath that in Romaji. So, whereas this one is just all in Japanese, which I quite like. I am a big fan of that. Yeah, so the artwork on this is really nice. I just, like, it's the type of artwork that I really gravitate toward. It's that type of animation. That I enjoy, the illustration rather. Yeah, because it's got a more cartoony look, whereas the Bushido Oracle was a bit more, I would say, more anime looking, whereas this one is, I don't know how I would describe this one, but it's a little softer, and I think that's one thing that I like about this. And I also feel like this deck, the Shinwa Oracle, is a bit more feminine, whereas the Bushido Oracle was a bit more masculine. So when I am done going through all these cards, I do plan to do kind of what I did in the last video, where I'm kind of pairing it with some decks. I'm going to try not to use the same decks that I did on the last one, though I think one of them is the same. I just grabbed a few and brought it over. And I'm also now going to incorporate the Bushido Oracle into it, so using the 2 decks together maybe. I don't know, did I do that in my last video? I'm not sure. I'm now second guessing that. Yeah, but I think this deck is gorgeous, and there's actually more cards in this one. So I think the Bushido Oracle had either 40 or 45 cards. I can't remember exactly, whereas this one I believe is 50. So it's got a few more cards, between 5 and 10 more cards. Yeah, it's a really pretty deck. Nice messages. And I mentioned this in my last video, but on my Instagram, I actually do reading reels of Japanese, and lately I have been pulling cards from some of my Japanese decks and reading what's on the card and then reading the key phrase in the guidebook. So I have one up of this deck on my Instagram, and there's another one going up on I think Saturday, so the same day that this video should come out. My last one was a day late though. I meant for it to come out on Tuesday, but things came up and it came out on Wednesday. So hopefully this video will be up on Saturday, and that's also when I'm planning to have a reading reel with one of the cards from this deck in that one. All right, getting near the end of this deck here. Really cute artwork. Yeah, so this was actually the first card that I did for my reading reel, and this was the one that I actually filmed today. Let me grab it. I filmed this one today, and that reading reel should go up on Saturday. So yeah. All right. So the backs of the cards, I really like these. Because if you remember in the last video, I was kind of about the back of the Bushido Oracle, but this one I love. This is really pretty. It's got the yin and yang on there, and the yin yang, and yeah, I like it. And the colors are really nice. The cardstock is very nice. It's nice and sturdy, but not too thick, and it's very bendy, so it does actually shuffle very well. I'm gonna try to get under the camera here and shuffle. Sorry if my sound gets a little weird. And I can reach my hands around this. It's not too much of a stretch. I can riffle and bridge, though the bridge is a little tight for me, so I don't know how much I'll really be bridging. But yeah, it shuffles very nicely. I do like this this deck quite a bit. It's my favorite of the three Japanese decks that I just recently got. So the guidebook is here, and it is in it's dual language, not Duolingo, dual language. So let's see. We've got the indexed here, table of contents. Yeah, and things are all in Japanese, but there is romaji on here. It's basically the name of the character on there, or and over here, like 1 oracle card, 3 oracle card, year oracle. So there's some spreads in here as well. Then we have the introduction, hajime, your mission, how to use the oracle cards. Pretty similar to the previous book for the the Bushido Oracle. So preparing to get an oracle, some methods you could use, and then of course the 3 spreads here. They've got the 1 oracle card, just a single card pool. There's a 3 oracle pool, but there's an additional card. By drawing another card, you can also get advice. So this is an optional 4th card for advice based on the 3 cards here. And then there is a kind of a year ahead sort of oracle here. And then we go into the guidebook. And what I've been doing for my reading reels is the card that I pull. And let me see, here's one of them that I pulled. So it's got the whole definition of the card up here and in English. And then down here is kind of just a key phrase. And of course I can read the English for this. An unbreakable mind and body will give you the strength to overcome hardships. Very nice oracle meaning there. And all the messages here are pretty positive. This is a deck that does skew positive. But yeah, on Instagram, I actually read this in Japanese. I don't think I could read it off the cuff here because there's no furigana on top of the kanji here. So yeah, there was preparation before I did the reading reel. So yeah, so and of course we got all the cards here, and I like that the cards themselves are in color. That's nice. It's a nice touch. And then that's it. There's nothing after that. So very nice book. Love the artwork on this. All right, so I'm going to pull out a few decks and let's see some card combinations here. Of course, the first one we can look at is a straight up comparison between the Shinwa and the Bushido, or not comparison rather, but like a grouping. Yeah, so obviously the artwork is a bit different. This one's a bit more kind of anime / manga looking, whereas this one is just kind of softer. Yeah, and as you can see, I sort of feel like these decks. The Shinwa feels a bit more feminine. Oh, cards are kind of sticking together there. It is very matte. They're both very matte cards, so sometimes they do sort of stick together. Yeah, so the artwork is a bit different. And like I said, the backs, I definitely prefer the backs of the Shinwa over the Bushido Oracle. Very nice. So yeah, I mean, there's a difference, but I still think they kind of go well together. It's fine. They both have a very different energy, I think. Yeah. All right, so those are those two. I'm also going to grab, let's see. I didn't pull out a Lenormand for this. I did Lenormand a lot in that last video with the Bushido, but I think I'm just going to stick with Tarot. Okay, so I grabbed my Midnight Magic deck, and I believe I did have this one in the last video with the Bushido Oracle, but I just want to see how I feel about this. We could put this in the center and then have two to the side, like so. These are some nice coloring. I actually quite like this energy together. Now, this deck, the Midnight Magic one, the Mushroom deck here, it's a deck that I just recently got, and of course you can see the walkthrough of that on my channel. Ooh, look at this. Look at all the reds going on here. That's cool. Even if I don't know exactly what the Japanese means, I can look at some color combinations here and draw some of that in there. So I like that. So the Mushroom Oracle, though, or Mushroom Tarot, Midnight Magic. Oh, purple again. Wow. Really cool. It's a very, very gorgeous deck, but I think the issues that I'm having with it right now are that I'm not quite getting intuitive hits from the imagery. I mean, it's some of it I can. Some of it I do get some hints, or I see some sort of connection. And but a lot of them, they just feel like I'm seeing a picture of a mushroom and then the name of the cards underneath. You know, so I've kind of been reading them a bit like from my rote memorization of tarot. But I feel like this mushroom deck. I just keep wanting to call it the Mushroom Tarot instead of the Midnight Magic, but I feel like it might be a good spiritual deck and using it for spiritual purposes. And that's another reason why I kind of paired it here with the Shinwa Oracle. I think this deck does feel a bit more spiritual to me. So yeah. All right. So that is the Midnight Magic tarot deck. So another tarot deck I wanted to try was the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. I forgot the name of it for a second. Yeah, so I'm just going to do a quick shuffle of this. I felt like the animation on this one and the coloring might go well with this deck. And actually, immediately as I set this down, I really like it. This is quite nice. And of course, we are going a bit more aesthetically instead of by the definitions of, or, you know, what the cards really mean here. Because this is, the deck's in Japanese. And while I'm learning Japanese, and I have been for several months now, I still don't know these by heart. So, you know, I've got to, you know, I don't speak the language fluently. I'm really trying to do really well with reading, but I still have to look at the guidebook for these to get the message. So because of that, I am looking more at the aesthetics than I am the actual meaning of the cards here. So this is a really cool card in this deck. I really like the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. It's a really nice deck. So some of these, as far as aesthetics go, some of these are looking fantastic with the Cosmic Slumber, but some of these are, I mean, as far as aesthetics go, this one I feel like doesn't quite match, but I don't know. I think it matches better here because we got this brownish gray in the background there. Ooh, that's pretty. So yeah, I'm definitely liking overall the way this looks with the Cosmic Slumber. But of course, this will be a deck that I have to study. All right, so that's the Cosmic Slumber. And the study that I do for this deck and the Bushido Oracle will, of course, be dual purpose, studying the deck itself and also studying the Japanese. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go a totally different route here and see if I can do something with another Oracle deck. So I grabbed real quick the Memento Mori, and this is one of the expansions. This is the Folk Magic expansion. So I'm going to try this one, and instead of doing it on either side, I was thinking it might be cool to, let me adjust this here. Let me put this card up here, and let me move these out of the way, sorry. And we'll do like 3 cards this way, like, yeah, kind of like that, I think. We'll just do it like this. All right, so I might have to try to zoom out a bit. Okay, so how do we feel about this? Like doing 3 cards with the Memento Mori Folk Magic edition, and then having 1 main card up here, and it is still not quite in frame here. All right, so that's okay. Yeah, I think I like the coloring of this very well. Yeah, and I just thought it might be a cool idea. Let me just grab, there we go. To kind of, instead of doing tarot or Lenormand, to do 2 Oracle decks. And yeah, so I don't know. I think this looks pretty neat. Ooh, that one's cool. Let me grab some of these. All right. Oh. So yeah, I mean, this looks pretty cool, I think. I mean, it's really neat. But I mean, I think the downside of this sort of pairing is that this would be very guidebook heavy. I mean, we've got Oracle deck here that's totally in Japanese, and then we have the deck here where it's just the name of the item on the card. So definitely very guidebook heavy, for sure. So that was attempting to do another Oracle with this, and that was the Memento Mori Folk Magic collection. And one more different sort of thing I had in mind for this, and let's actually pull out the Bushido for this as well. So I was thinking, I bumped the camera, sorry about that, of going with the green glyphs. And this is the tarot, and this is the Lenormand. So I did pull out a Lenormand deck. I think I forgot about it when I mentioned before. So I'm just pulling these out of the big boxes here. So, ooh, hello. So yeah, we have... how would we do this? So we can have some of this entering energy, and then we could pull, let's see, maybe a Lenormand reading to like answer a question. And let's say it's like a 3-card reading. We'll do and I'm not even going to change these cards. We'll just do a simple 3-card reading here. Ooh, put it right in the middle. See, just fiddling here, so bear with me. Okay, so I kind of came up with this little layout here. So I'm thinking if I did a reading like this, and let me actually take off a chunk of this so it's about an even pile here. There we go. So I was thinking about doing a sort of like, we entered this is the energy coming into the reading, and this is the energy leaving the reading, so this would be at the end. The energy coming into the reading, then we answer the question. And that's what the Lenormand here is for. It's just straight up answers the question. And then we could have 4 tarot positions that sort of give some context and some further information about this. And then finally the closing energy with the Bushido. So what do we think about this? I'm just going to see how this looks. Yeah, I'm not changing the middle ones. They all basically look the same. It's the beginning and ends that I'm more concerned about, and seeing how I feel about how these look with this combination. It is nice. I think the obvious choice would, as far as Lenormand goes, would be my Zenseki Lenormand, which I used in the last video with this one, because it does go quite well, and it is Japanese, of course, so it does look nice. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like this could work. That's an interesting energy here. But yeah, so I think this is okay. It's not my favorite, but it's okay. And yeah, I do feel like I want to. I like what I did here, though. This sort of layout, and I just sort of came up with this on the fly here. But a sort of oracle card to enter the reading, then 3 Lenormand cards to answer the question. 4 tarot cards. We could have positions for these, but they some sort of further context or something like that, and then the closing energy, or maybe even advice, something like that, or maybe one of the tarot cards is advice. All right, so that was the Bushido Oracle with the Shinwa and the Green Glyphs, Tarot, and Lenormand. All right, I'm going to take a quick screenshot here for the thumbnail, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I am really excited to use these Japanese decks, and it's mostly for learning Japanese, but yeah, I love that I'm able to combine some of my hobbies here and some of my interests, and yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!